Okay, so we are live. Welcome back to the podcast. Tonight we have our very good friend and mentor and training buddy, Halldor, on the podcast. Yeah, we've done a little cheers. We're celebrating. I don't know what we're celebrating, but we're celebrating with a little glass of something, whether it's a little whiskey or a coffee in Robin's case.
Green tea, Pete, even better.
Green tea, oh, even more pretentious.
Yeah, so, I'll go and slide my flip flops on too.
Yeah. And that would be perfect. So yeah, we're up and running. So Robin's going to go and slide into his flip flops and something a little more comfortable, and we'll carry on drinking whiskey and enjoying ourselves.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. What were we talking about before we started? I can't even remember
now. Rob asked how it is to being able to start rolling again.
There you go. Thanks for keeping the podcast on track.
Yeah, like I said, the feeling of being able to touch people again is awesome. It is just the best thing ever.
How many?
I remember it.
How many sessions are you back now? How long have you been out of roll?
About 5 weeks, full on. So.
What was their like criteria over there for you being able to get on the mats again? What did you like? I don't know. Is everyone vaccinated in Iceland yet, or are they?
No, I got my second vaccination on Wednesday, and the day after, man, it was like freaking hangovers.
Oh, really?
Shit, you know, man. It's like 25% of the first responders that got it in Iceland. They called in sick from work.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh.
I did about like 80%. So I was like, yeah, went to work, but I felt like shit. But
what did you guys got?
I got the Moderna.
Okay, you got the Moderna. Okay, cool.
And
so I know which one not to get.
The story goes that it just hits everybody. It really doesn't. Like the second one is gonna might knock you out with those flu-like symptoms, but you just got hangovers like shit.
I'm a survivor. I'm a COVID survivor, so it's okay.
And Christina Aguilera over there.
I survived the thing, so it'd be no skin off my nose.
But here's the thing: about 5 weeks ago, I got my first shot. That was the same day they opened up for training again. And the thing was that I just took the day off. So I did a private lesson with my buddy at like 10 o'clock in the morning. got my ass whooped. Like a really good brown belt, and he did a little bit of training on the side, but he got the virus. So there was a secret club I heard about, and so he just whooped my ass like nobody's business. Went lunch, then in the afternoon we did the shot. Then I did the evening class. I could not move for like 3 days. I got my ass handed to me on a silver platter. It was the best thing ever.
I'm looking forward to it so much. I just want that pain.
Yeah. And then about 3 weeks ago, Hulda started her volleyball thing. She went to practice. She couldn't walk for 3 days. And it was like, and I was like, now you know how I feel.
Yeah. Are they planning to vaccinate everybody? Like, are they just on a mission now, just getting everyone done?
Yeah, I just read in the news just before we got on, they're planning on getting 65% of the nation vaccinated before summer. So that will be maybe May.
65% of how much? What's the population, Halldor?
Oh, 365,000.
So it's like 240,000 voting.
Yeah.
Right.
So
okay.
Here we go. Of the adult population. So like kids under 15, they're not getting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many are they doing a day? Have you got any idea?
I have no clue. Depends on the rate it's coming into the country, probably.
Yeah, sure. That's what they say here. That's probably their biggest roadblock is just supply.
Mm.
At least they're not doing a lottery, like a raffle, like they did on that film Contagion. Oh, if your birthday's on this day, you can have your vaccination today.
No, that would be shit if you like like what is it, February 29th?
Yeah, exactly.
you're just
So Halldor, you're normally a jiu-jitsu tourist and you travel all around the world doing jiu-jitsu.
yeah.
Obviously, COVID's put a little bit of pay to traveling anywhere, but where's next on your hit list?
Oh, my first stop right away. Merry old England. That's man, I miss you guys so much. I want to hang out with you so much. It's just, yeah, I have no words for it. Have no words for this. Like my favorite place to go in the whole world.
And then after us, anywhere else you're planning? Because you normally always have like a big trip planned, right?
Well, my trips to the US has usually been for the belt testing or for the police and fire games or something like that. But the next police and fire games are going to be in the Netherlands in 2022.
Maybe.
Maybe. And other than that, hopefully I get the chance to go to the States. I would love to go down to Savannah now, like meet Professor down there. I think that would be cool. But I would love to do a little road trip, hang out with up in DC, hang out with David and his crew, and go down Louisville. Shit, man, I haven't seen Manganello in ages.
In Norway.
Yeah, I haven't seen Manganello since the UK.
Yeah.
It's been a long, long time.
Yeah, because you weren't there for Bill's test, were you?
No, I couldn't make it.
So that was the last time that Alan was here, right?
Yes.
Or the big one.
19.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
November 19.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Thinking though, like, want to do a road trip? When we get the RV and we go touring around the States, we might have to get Halldor in on that mission.
And he's, I got a buddy that he owns a house down in somewhere in Atlanta, and he said, "Man, you can stay there if you wanna." Halldor knows some people down in Savannah, Georgia, as well. So that would be at least a road trip.
Yeah.
Or not, just fly down there and train with Professor and have everybody just. Isn't the World Conference down at Alan Hopkins' place now?
Alan Baker's, I think.
Alan Baker.
Yeah.
I believe so.
I think that's what I saw. Yeah, that's what he alluded to last week when we had him on, and then I think I saw something this week saying that that's where they're going to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me have a look. I think it's on the email.
Unless that was just a seminar that Professor was doing. I can't remember. But Keith Owen said he's teaching, didn't he, on Friday?
Yeah, there's a conference in Atlanta. Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess that's where it is.
Craps. I haven't seen Keith in ages. I haven't seen him since UK. He is such a fun guy, man. Shit. He got some cool stuff up his sleeve. All those 5 aces.
I can't do it. I've got the top one.
Yeah.
I love training with all of these different, people that have been around forever, because they kind of give you permission to do things that you've been, doing, but not sure if you're allowed. But Keith and the rhino horn, I was always using my head for things, and now, Keith says it's allowed. It's fine.
Yeah, use it.
Definitely.
That's the thing. And if Keith says it's okay, man, you gotta go. You gotta run with it.
100%.
What was the first submission you got caught in, and what was the first submission you got someone with?
After I got my like that Wednesday morning when everything opened, where I got my ass whooped. That was Ezekiel choke from the mount. I just got, and it was like this thingy, like Professor talks about. You make a tool like this, and you just go in. Yeah, that's what caught me in the Ezekiel. Just can't stop that stuff. Like you can stop this, and you can stop this. Like, but when you go like make this tool, and you just dig it in. The one I don't remember. Craps. It was probably been some simple cross choke from a awkward position. I don't know. Don't remember. I was like way too tired. I almost threw up that morning.
Oh dear. So how's
Go on.
I was going to say, I just saw that first photo. Was it your first photo or your second photo? There was loads of people there. You had probably like it looked like one of your biggest attendances to a class. Like there was like,
yeah, on Monday.
Was it Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no clue where those people came from, but I was so happy to see them. Hasn't probably not like since before COVID. Then COVID happened and everybody was taking care of themselves, and now it's kind of like picking up again, and just I'm trying to have fun. Open mats Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays lunch, and then classes same days in the evening.
Is everyone pretty cool? Is everyone like? I'm always interested in like, is everyone worried about touching each other, or is everyone just like, no, let's go?
Yeah, everybody's just let's go. Because we basically like, if we're gonna catch it, we're gonna catch it, and like the sooner we get over the shit, the better we can start again. I think that's the general thing with the judo and jiu-jitsu practitioners. Shit, that's a tongue breaker for me. But they just everybody tries to be safe, and if the shit hits, try to get over it and start again.
Yeah.
But in some cases, like this lady, I think it was in Australia somewhere, like ultra marathon runner, like runs 100 kilometers and shit like that. She caught it and she couldn't even get out of the shower, and just fucked her up.
Yeah.
We had one girl here in Iceland. She's like top level. What do you call it? Like, throwing spears. What do you call it? Not spear. She caught. Yeah, like, and she caught it, and she was like, yeah, just taking a shower is really hard. And she like, before COVID, she was ripped, like not 6-pack, but like 8-pack. And she just, I was like, shit.
That's what happened to me. 8-pack.
But then you got people that caught it, and just like, oh shit, is that it? And just, yeah, nothing.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. And I don't, obviously, I don't want to start talking biology, but no, like, I don't get it. Like, I'm reasonably fit, reasonably healthy, train, obviously train quite a lot at the moment. It's all sort of in the gym and stuff, and I got, pretty sick. And then people I know that are way less healthy than me didn't even know they had it.
You go, yeah. That was it.
Done.
Yeah, broke a sweat over coffee, and that's it.
Yeah, like Jeremy Clarkson, like said, who's got to be the unhealthiest person you can think of as a celebrity, like got it and was like said, oh no, I felt like I had a bit of a cold, and now I'm fine. Yeah. And yeah, I was wiped out for like 2 weeks. Yeah,
I got a buddy of mine from work, and he was out cold for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
that's the thing, right? You never know how it's going to get you. So, I think it's right to take precautions and be careful.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I'm so desperate to just get back to some sort of normal. Just want to strangle somebody now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, cross choke somebody.
Yeah, I will be on the first flight over when you guys open up. That
Yeah.
is.
I don't know how long that's going to be though, because they're just started to bring out the what do you call it? Like the quarantine. So hotels. It's like £1,700 to go into a dodgy hotel for like 10 days.
No, Bill, it's not 10 days. It's up to 18 days.
Oh shit.
Because you have to stay there for 10 days after your final positive test. So if you test positive on day 8, you've got to stay there another 10 days after that.
Yeah. Like room service.
Impossible.
Over here, everybody who comes to the country is tested twice. So when you land, you go into quarantine and test you again in about like 5 days. And if you come clean after that, you're good to go.
And for that 5 days before you get your second test, you have to just stay in the hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or somewhere you can like at a cabin or a friend's place or whatever, if that's the case, but you have to stay inside.
Yeah. Maybe we have to come to you.
Ah, shit, that would be cool.
To be fair, if I come over there at the moment, I probably won't come back.
How does June sound?
But I haven't even looked at it. Like, what happens if we go there? When we come back, do we have to do the 18 days?
No, Iceland's not on the red list.
Okay.
We just have to go. We just have to stay at home for 10 days.
Yeah.
Also, if you got your vaccination before you come over, and you say when on the way back as well, you can just go straight home and go back to work and shit.
Yeah, not here.
Oh no.
Oh,
maybe they
magic.
maybe they lighten up a little bit when it comes to
that, and we're not getting a vaccination till next year. There's no way.
We will.
Well, Bill is old. He
Not as old as Pete. I'm hoping one of the side effects, Halldor, is that it makes my hair grow. That's what I'm hoping for.
It did to me. Look.
Well, I'm telling you, man, there's something in this vaccine, man. I woke up this morning and I somehow felt the urge to mop the floors.
Be careful.
That was a
That's an unexpected side effect.
No, I hate it.
Oh dear.
But if everything goes as planned, and I just in case I texted Iceland there this morning and asked them about what the destinations are in the US at the moment. They're flying Boston, and hopefully quite soon they can open up more locations. So if everything works out, we might be able to have Mr. Porter here in June, maybe.
So Halldor, is there any travel restrictions kind of at all for you guys at the moment now?
No.
And was there ever a time where you couldn't leave the country?
No, but you could always leave the country, but it all depends on where you were going.
Right.
Nobody could come in unless it was like emergency and shit like that. It really had to be.
So if you'd gone away, could you have not got back in the country for a while?
Yeah, they would never turn down an Icelander, but
right.
So you had to go into quarantine for 12 days, 14 days.
Okay. You know, it's currently illegal for us to leave the country.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah.
But you're going to be fine in June.
Which year?
This year.
Hopefully.
I'm being optimistic until proven otherwise.
I started that in March last year. It hasn't really done me too many favors.
No, well, you guys move in together. Would be.
We keep saying that we need to start a commune because you can touch the people that you live with. So maybe we just need to buy a big house somewhere and just train.
You got one, don't you, Bill?
Bill's going to start wearing a toga. He doesn't want like a shroud. He actually wants a proper toga.
Pete can bring his van, park it in your backyard, Bill, and
That sounds a bit personal.
every morning, Bill has to get on his BB gun and shoot at Pete.
And wake him up.
I think that's the best shot ever made. That was perfect.
I didn't know you were videoing me though. That was the funny thing.
You guys seen it, haven't you?
Yes, we've seen it. Bill gets it out every time we see him.
And I showed him the video as well.
I was so happy, but it was fun.
Yeah.
So Caroline's taking the mickey out of us because she said that I'm in camouflage. I'm blending into my background, and she said you're blending into your background, Halldor.
Am I? A little bit.
So,
Open head.
I asked anyone if they've got any questions for you. Bless him, Neil. When can he get back on the mats? We don't know the answer to that one.
I think we've answered that. We don't know. Ask Boris.
Come to Iceland with us in June, maybe. That might be the only way.
There you go.
Hotel California, you can go to Iceland anytime you like, but you can never come back.
And yeah, your cooking, Halldor, is making you famous, like Chief Limau. Sophie Nash wants your barbecued lamb recipe.
The barbecue lamb is quite simple. You put it on the barbecue and you just put it on a low heat and turn it every 15 minutes until it's done. Voila.
I think it's high quality Icelandic lamb is the key ingredient.
Yeah, that too.
But it is, right?
Yeah.
They're massaged by trolls every day, aren't they, Halldor?
When you're not looking.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's new with Jiu Jitsu. Obviously, you had some time off the mats. You're getting back onto the mats now. Are you looking at a particular kind of move? Are you looking at any particular like concept at the moment? What's going through your mind when you're rolling?
Well, I'm always trying to work on those little salt and pepper from Professor Sauer and Manganello and Porter and all those guys that contribute to my jiu-jitsu over the years. And right now, I'm just trying to work on bottom side. I love to be there and like placing down that anchor, using your leg, push into the opponent with the shoulder, and just basically wait, like the mouse trap, Professor's mouse trap. Wait until something happens, then you try to counter it, either with a sweep or a submission.
What submissions are you finding from that position more?
Crap. Bottom side, it usually comes a little bit of a sweep or before you get into like top side position, and then you go. I like chokes.
I wouldn't have noticed.
I like. Yeah, just give me a choke. I'll be happy.
When you started saying that, Halldor, when you said I'm working on the smaller, I thought you was going to say the micro adjustments.
Well, that is the salt and pepper.
The micro adjustments.
Yeah, but it takes time, and like David said in your podcast about a professor's new set of DVDs or the instructionals on BJJ Fanatics, adds a whole different animal, and for somebody like Professor to put on a DVD on moves like what 10 years ago when it like the purple to brown thing came out, and today he's going, I don't do that stuff anymore, but his old stuff is freaking awesome and it still works. He just doesn't do it anymore. That's a weird thing about it. Well, it's Professor, and and there's nobody like him. The Mozart of Jiu-Jitsu.
There was one little bit, Pete, we were looking at the other day when you're escaping mount, and it was the way that he uses his foot to kind of, sweep the ankle back to make the bridge of the roll even easier. I think it might have been on a video with what's his name, Bernardo Ferrier.
Yeah, it was on the it was like promoting Master Sauer's sort of instructionals that he was putting out, but he put out the extra little details on the trap and roll.
It was just that little like the person that is escaping, using your foot just to drag their leg across as well. And it was like, oh my God. It's like, I love an Upa at the best of times, but I need to get that into the arsenal as well. See if it makes it even better. But yeah, it just never stops.
Yeah. Well, it's like what was I watching the other day? I can't remember. It was just, you go through and you see like on Instagram, someone showing a move and going, look at these secret details. And you get all these secret details that people keep putting out. And I watch it and I go, oh yeah, no, Master Sauer showed me that. That's on the white to blue. Oh yeah, no, Master Sauer showed me that. That's on the blue to purple. Oh no, Master Sauer showed me that. We did that in a seminar. And these are all like secret details. And everyone's commenting underneath going, oh my God, I've never seen anything like that before. And I'm like, I'm trying Master Sauer then.
Yeah, I was going to comment on the same thing, like about people, Hickson's secret move, Hickson's invisible jiu-jitsu, and we're going, yeah, Professor Sauer taught us this. Yeah, I know that. It's just those little things, salt and pepper, makes the whole difference.
Yeah. And the things people are saying are like these amazing details and this and that. And I'm like, that's just our day-to-day. That's what we get taught from the beginning kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right, you get taught the fundamental kind of move. And then, like you say, the salt and pepper bits, the extra bits on top, he then goes, okay, now add this, now. But it's like, to everyone, it's like which makes you realize, hopefully, that you're lucky because all of that stuff is just, what we learn. That's just normal.
Yeah. Also, I've noticed lately, everybody's giving out those videos, instructionals, the system.
Mm-hmm.
Systems that like, if you don't understand the fundamentals, you have no use for a system.
Yeah.
Oh, the leg lock system, shit. You have nothing to do with the leg lock system if you basically have no clue where the legs are, basically. You're just like on top in side control, and all you see is the top body. You have no clue what's happening like with the legs and everything. But that's the thing. It's like there's a system for everything. How to do this from the mount and how to do that, and you go like, yeah, that's Professor Sauer 101. And then you get leg locks, like, oh yeah, that's David Porter 101. The gateway drug to leg locks. Equal leg X.
So we had this like long conversation. So you're kind of in this situation now, obviously a ways above us. Like we had this really long conversation the other day about how do we get better. So if we're looking at the three of us and imagine we're allowed to train together. That'd be weird. And like, what would you suggest to us? Because I was saying, like, sometimes I feel like because we're obviously teaching a lot and doing stuff like, and kind of the point where we don't need necessarily just loads more moves anymore. And loads of obviously other people that have been on the podcast have said the same thing. You get into a point where you don't need more moves. You just need to refine those moves and link them better. And what would you say to us to kind of help us progress? And what do you reckon is going to be the best thing? Because obviously you go through that as well. You've got to find ways of learning and keeping fresh and everything else. What do you reckon we should do once we get back and we can start training again together to kind of keep us going, through our rest of our time as purple belts and stuff like that to keep getting better?
Embrace the sock, be on bottom. I've been playing with just these days being on bottom side or in mount. When I go into side, I try to do it like the anchor with the leg and make a little adjustments and expecting everybody to try to mount. And when they mount, elbow escape on the other side, boom. And I just do that over and over again.
Yeah.
So that's been helpful for me to just fit like sharpening the iron on bottom. Also, I've been working on my elbow escapes. Everybody mount me, I catch my gi and keep everything tight, and I just use my elbows for the elbow escape. So that's a tricky one, but it's gonna get people to they're going, I can't catch a collar and I can't do this. Like, all right, here you go. You open up, and as soon as they put the hand in, you catch it with your collar and you do the trap and roll.
Nice.
So like working on those escapes and working on, being awkward in those positions where you're not dominant. Do you find that, by being there more, you end up with more time? So that, in that position, that you then get more chance to finesse your escapes and work out, the right time to try and use them. Is that what happens?
Yeah, because everybody like goes up a little bit together. So I need to polish my moves. Somebody that's like, oh yeah, he's doing that. So like, oh shit, I gotta work on this a little bit better. But it's basically comes down to timing and stuff like that. And when you get on bottom, do you remember what's his name? The 6-string samurai who was in Iceland. What's his name?
Rider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On top, remember the Lego guys that he talked about? Do that, like make the guy on bottom feel miserable. Work on your ballerina and frog feet inside, and the live toes, and that's going to get.
My knees will let me do too much frog feet, but I'll try and keep my feet tight, toes live instead.
Yeah, but try to make whoever's on bottom like miserable, and so he starts to rush into things. And what I do, like when I'm in top side crossbody, I try to listen to the person on bottom, how they're breathing. So every time it goes, I squeeze a little bit. So it's a little less air that you can breathe. So that's a little trick I like to use.
See, I'm just a nice guy. I don't like doing that to people too much, unless it's Robin or Pete.
Oh, okay. So it is different when you're with me. Fair enough.
Yeah, it's different. Normally, I'm the nail. You're the hammer, right? So if ever I get to the top, yes, I'm going to try and make you pay, but it doesn't happen often. Halldor, completely random question for you, but you've got a young fan that's watching live on YouTube. She wants to know how far you can run. It's Neve, Caroline's daughter.
How far I can run?
Yep.
My last in COVID, my longest run after my knee surgery was 10 kilometers.
Who was chasing you?
I don't know. It was like somebody found out later they had my wallet. Oh, you dropped this. Good pace, like a nice workout. It'd be like 4 kilometers ish. And hot tubs right after.
Hot tub recovery, yep.
Okay, Halldor's the perfect person to ask this question to because he's chased bad guys.
Oh, yeah, you're running one.
Yeah. So we're talking about, like, for self-defense, how far and how fast do you need to be able to run so the bad guy can't catch you if you had to run?
So the bad guy gives up.
So how far and fast does the average bad guy have to run to be able to get away from the police officer?
if you have not caught him in about, like, say, 400 meters, you're not going to catch him.
Told you it's 400.
400. But here's the thing, and this has worked for me twice or three times. I was running after this guy, man, and he was like, I was not catching him, but it was like always the same distance. So we were like crossing this road, and I go like, "Stop or I'll shoot!" And he just jumped like we was diving in a swimming pool and just hit the fucking like the street. And I just laughed like shit, man. That was so funny. And that happens. And the second one was somebody that was in some park did that, probably like the third one as well. But they did not think that it was as funny as I thought it was.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
So we've obviously been out for a while. We've not been on the mats in any real sense for coming up for a year now, Halldor. Any tips for us getting back to the mats?
Before or when?
No, so when we get back, well, yeah, is there some prep that we should do? You said that you couldn't walk, right, for 3 days. So
yeah, well, you can always do the gymnastica natural, those movements. They're gonna help, but I was just way too lazy to do those. I choose a little bit of running and stuff like that, but yeah, and well, you can only do so much running before just fuck, this is like the worst thing. I hate freaking running.
So how long? What was the longest period that you were not allowed to train for throughout this?
No training. There was always some training, either hiking, running, doing some.
Oh, no, but jiu-jitsu. How long was you not allowed to train jiu-jitsu for? What was the longest period?
It'll probably be like 4 months-ish. Yeah, maybe 5.
And did you forget stuff, or you know, was it all still there? Just slower to access, or what?
It's still there. No worries about that. It's just like timing and stuff like that is gonna.
You've still learned certain lessons, haven't you? That's what someone was saying that to me a little while ago. I can't remember who it was. Saying they had to start everything again, and that's what I said was like you haven't got to learn some of those hard lessons again. Yeah, your timing's going to be off, but you know what a frame is. You know what it is to try and find yourself a little straw. You know, yeah. Those lessons aren't going to leave you, are they?
You get people after many years and they quit as blue belts. Let's not forget blue belts coming back in.
Not my generalizations.
And they still remember those basic moves. They just need to, just polish it a little bit. Help them remember, because you know this is, and if there's something new, it's probably based on something you learned before. Mm. So most people are really quick catching on. So, but not me. I
was going to say, have you met me?
Oh, that way. I just go in there and get my ass whooped and.
The only people I roll really well with are Robin and Bill. Everyone else, I'm useless.
I'm going like there's supposed to be something I'm supposed to do here.
Yeah, well.
And you get choked. Just like, oh yeah, I was supposed to do that.
I'm just gonna be like this.
Tap. That's what I was supposed to do.
Well,
take the neck.
Cheers.
Yes, sir.
Rob's still on the coffee.
It's been since we started.
Bill, how's the rowing going?
Rowing is good. I'm at how many kilometers? I did 15 kilometers today. Oh, my longest ever row. Took me an hour and 10 minutes, but yeah, it was that was good. I'm nearly at 20% now.
You better explain for people that haven't heard.
Yeah, not everyone, believe it or not, Bill, not everyone has listened to every single episode we've ever recorded.
So
most people don't even make it through one.
Yeah, I signed up with a friend of mine to do a Land's End to John O'Groats, which is like the longest distance that you can travel overland in the UK, one end of the country to the other. It's a route that is about 1,700 kilometres, and we are at, well, 16%. I'm rowing, she's running. It's going to take us, we think, about 8 months. And in the absence of any other sort of training, it is keeping me sane. So yeah, but no, 15k today. I missed a day earlier in the week, and then I've been like back to back to back, 10k, 15k. I've got another 10k tomorrow to catch up. Don't know if I'm going to be able to move on Sunday.
So Joe is running?
Not Joe, no, it's a lady that works with me, Sam. She's
you put a bottle of gin in front of her and she goes shoo, shoo, shoo.
Oh yeah, Joe, she just needs the not carrot and stick, it's gin and stick. Yeah. No, it's good though. I feel fit, I feel strong. Right. So I'm not worried about getting back on the mats in that respect. But we always talk about it, don't we, Rob? Like it's like when you train jiu-jitsu, you feel, you know, because you're constantly getting squashed and it's all different angles all of the time, and you end up with like a suit of armor. You end up with just that kind of that toughness, that
physical resilience.
Yeah, you just can't get from anything else. It's so whilst I'm fit and I think my grips are going to be good for the cross chokes, but I worry about, you know, like a rib getting popped or something, just from the you know, the sheer physicality of it.
So you got like this bar when you're rowing, right?
Yeah.
How about getting a piece of rope and working your grips on the same?
Halldor, don't give me ideas.
In fact, I've even got a spare one at the gym that would clip into your rower.
You know what you could do, Bill, is you could actually get like an old gi, cut the lapel off of it and pull with a cross grip.
I'm doing it. I'll do tomorrow's row with that. I'll tell you what it's like.
Your hands will be shredded.
Yeah, you'll see Bill later on tomorrow and he'll look like a Lego man. He won't be able to close his grips. Or
I'm constantly...
Lloyd.
trying to deal with the calluses anyway, so yeah, don't worry.
He'll come back and he'll do his next Zoom call from still sitting on the rower because he won't be able to open his fingers from...
I'm just... Don't mind me.
Yeah, what are you doing, Bill? I'm just sitting here.
Let me off.
Did your hands get stuck to the rower, Bill? No.
Again.
And your knee, Bill. How's your knee?
Yeah, good at the moment. I mean, it's always clicking, but no pain. But then I'm not doing any frog feet or anything. So
his blue belt test.
Sorry,
he's not doing his blue belt test.
No, he's not doing his blue belt. That's true. That's true. How is
Einar? Do you still see Einar? Does he train still or not?
No, he's always talking about coming back, and he wants to, I think, but he's always doing this yoga thing.
Okay.
Tell him that jiu-jitsu tattoo on his foot's going to look really silly if he doesn't do jiu-jitsu.
Oh, that is right. He has a jiu-jitsu. Yes, the Grandmaster Elio's belt.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and a little AG.
Mm-hmm.
He's got one of those, I think. And then
that's true. Now we can really fuck with him.
And then he told us the story that he got that tattoo to remind him never to quit jiu-jitsu.
Oh, yeah, shit.
But now, Halldor, you know what you must do.
Yeah.
Well, he's a good guy, man. I love him. He is. He's fun.
He's awesome. And yeah, so tell him to get back on the mat so that when we come over in June, fingers crossed, we can have a good roll. And,
he is the most ticklish guy that I ever know. Mount him or you get him in an awkward position and you go for the tickle thingy, and he will fucking freak out. I've never seen anybody like freak out like he does. And it's almost fun.
So, Halldor, serious question for you. Because I've been doing so much rowing, I'm really, really worried that I'm getting a lot smaller. And everybody else in lockdown has just been eating and sitting on the sofa.
Speak for yourself.
What's that?
Speak for yourself.
So no. So what tips can you give the smaller people when rolling with the big people? Do you have I know you're a bigger guy, but there's some monsters that you train with in Iceland. What do you think of when you're training with someone bigger? What tips can you give the smaller people?
Embrace the suck.
Salute.
Embrace it, yeah.
My favorite roles are with basically those big judo guys. There's nothing fancy. They just toss you around and go to side control and hold you in a gesekatami. And you just have to, embrace the suck. Find that straw like Robin was talking about. No. Different straw, isn't it?
But that when you said you were like doing a lot from bottom side control. So placing the foot, the anchor and getting your shoulder twisted in.
Yeah. Well, don't be flat on your back, because that's where the suck sucks. So you need to go a little bit on the side. I got this buddy of mine. He is Dakota black belt and has been in the national team and everything. And he is awesome. And he caught me in a gesekatami about probably about a year ago. But I tell everybody this story. He held me, and I was like kicking and screaming and trying to do all my jiu-jitsu tricks. And he looked into my beautiful brown eyes and said, "I've been holding people for 20 years. You're not getting out of this shit." And I was just like, this is just, fuck. I felt so bad. I just tapped out. And that's when you know you got a good friend.
Have you ever escaped his gesekatami yet?
Well, yes. But the thing is, when he held, he said, he also told me afterwards, "I know if I give you the space, you're going to be out of there." But so every time I move, he just put me right back. Every little move I did, he put me right back. So it was like, crap. But he's super good, super fun. And he's about my size, a little bit bigger. And he just really got into my head that day.
He was living rent free in your head.
I was like freaking awesome. It was like going with Mike Horahan and going like, "Oh shit, well, really doesn't matter what I do, I'm fucked." Now there's no way you can fight Mike Horahan. You need to like try to outsmart him. Well, I think you can do that.
I'm not smart enough.
No, I'm not. Mike's jiu-jitsu is so solid, man. He has some like really, really cool things that he's shown me over the years that I just use every single day. Simple stuff.
Yeah, man, there's not enough time to get round everybody.
Nah.
Especially when we have to take a year off in hiatus.
That as well, to show you cool stuff. Because like you say, Mike will show you something really cool, and then Dave will show you something really cool, and obviously Master Sauer will show you a lot of things really cool. And then Keith will show you something,
All of them stole it from Professor, so it really doesn't matter. Everybody, I stole this from Professor.
Yeah. There's just not enough time.
So when we spoke with Alan Baker last week, he was talking about how Master Sauer is like a creator of jiu-jitsu. How many like other instructors have you come across that seem to have that ability to create?
You just can't put anybody on the same pedestal as Professor Sauer. There is no way. He is the Mozart, quoting Mr. Keith, is the Mozart of jiu-jitsu. There is no question about it. But when it comes to what do you say? I would definitely go for David Porter when it comes to explaining jiu-jitsu like Professor Sauer does, because it's basically, his explanation is basically simple for like an idiot like me to understand. and it basically goes across the line. Manganello and Keith and all those guys. But there's David has that little thing that just somehow puts him right over the top on just, I can't put my finger on it, but I just feel it. It's just this little thing, something that just he just make my jiu-jitsu a little bit better and makes me happy.
Good. And I mean, have you ever had a moment like where you think you are? I know that there's, you're not creating jiu-jitsu because there's only so many ways the body can move. But have you like stumbled across anything in the years that you've been training where you've thought for a moment, I don't see anybody else, or I've never seen anybody else teach this? Have you ever had that yourself?
Well, it happens once in a while, and I got people who try to work with me on it, and if I think I have something, I might send over to. I've sent something over to Mr. Keith once, one to Manganello and to David Porter. Really don't remember it anymore, but it's a while ago, and yeah, basically, yeah, this can work, and that was it. And haven't used it since. Don't remember what it was.
It was that influential.
Yeah, well, you got an idea, so like try to work with it and try to do it like that. And now I have like no clue. Blank canvas again. So shit, that was awesome. So next one. But there is always something that fits your body type you might not have seen from somebody over the years. But everything you basically do is if your fundamentals, your basic 88 is good, everything will grow from there. Because those basic 88s work for everybody, and then you got different body types and everything, and your jiu-jitsu will grow from there. Those little salt and pepper and those little cute things.
What do you, again, something we were talking about the other day, what do you think about when you're rolling? So when you're rolling with someone and doesn't matter what position you're in, but you're rolling with someone and you're kind of rolling. What triggered us was that video that Professor Manganello put out the other day of him rolling with, I've forgotten the guy's name.
Carlos Diaz. And
it's a great video, great roll. And one of our guys was asking, like, what do you think he's thinking about when he's rolling? So obviously you can't tell us what Professor Manganello was thinking, but what do you think about when you're rolling, especially when you're having quite a balanced roll? So you're rolling with someone who's pretty similar, maybe not quite as good as you. How are you thinking about it?
I'm always trying to figure out how can I counter his move. So I usually I tend to put myself in a bad situation. I go just lay down on my back and try to embrace the suck and try to reverse the position, trying to figure that out from there. If it's somebody my size, is basically surviving. If it's somebody lighter, I go with Mr. Keith's philosophy. Just if you're a bigger guy, just stay on bottom because you can always be on top. So you can always feel what your training partner is doing. And if he's doing something well and he catches you on something you taught him, you need to work on your defense is a little bit better because he just caught you on your own move. And if there's something lacking in the move you just taught, you can always polish that a little bit. If somebody's trying like really, really hard and this is what you showed us and I'm not getting it, and then we go like, yeah, let's see why. So I try to see what people are trying to do and try to work from there, basically.
Would you do the same thing if it was say it's Mike or Dave and you're rolling with someone like that? Obviously it's just trying to survive.
Yeah.
You're just trying to survive, but are you kind of thinking, are you trying to think, okay, I think he's going to go for this attack, so I need this positioning or this defense? Or are you just trying not to predict too much? You're just, as it happens, kind of reacting?
Oh, when you're rolling with Mike and he like when he closes his guard on you, I mean, you know, that's the first step, like into your guillotine or whatever, man. You're gonna get fucked from that from that moment. So my goal is basically not getting Mike Horian in him closing his guard or him getting his scissor sweep position on me. But I would, yeah, that would be my thought with Mike. With David, I have no clue where he's coming from when he goes for his attacks. Or he just, and he has my back, and he's doing this Andre Galvao spinning on the back of my shoulder blades, and he caught me in a triangle. I had no clue how that happened. So I basically tried but yeah. But with David, he gives me the positions that he wants to see me work on. Basically Mike does the same, and Alan does the same, and everybody, so they can just figure stuff out and where I need to work on. But I don't want Mike to catch me in his guard or in his scissor sweep position, because I know that that's the end of the line for me. Or mount, or back. Yeah, basically all like, yeah.
Oh my God, or yeah.
Yeah, well, basically, if Mike controls your hips in any ways, that's just the end of the line. You're just off. And you just need to figure out those little holes where you can breathe and try to make space and survive. And those are just basically, I love rolling with Mike, and he just makes me realize how much it sucks to be on bottom. That's but I love it. Yeah, I need that, because there are a lot of lighter guys around that really they don't give me that what do you call it? Yeah, that like the bigger guys do. But
yeah,
somebody like Dave and Manganello, those lanky types. Dave goes and he has you in a triangle or armbar or whatever. Manganello just goes, yeah, I got you in this position, and he basically tells you like, I'm going this direction next, and he's gonna do it, and there's nothing you can do about it, and he will tell you every step of the way. Is it just
yeah? How do you like? Because there's always that danger, isn't there, of being top of your class and not being challenged enough and not being beaten up enough. So do you just is that when you kind of, if you feel like you haven't rolled against people that are better than you, is that when you kind of play bottom to then make sure that you get put in that bad position, even if the person's maybe not quite as good as you, and that keeps you like grounded and that keeps you getting better?
Yeah, I like to sharpen my defenses. I should sharpen my attacks a little bit more. I should fight for the top position a little bit more often, but it's just, I'm a lazy guy, so I really, like I said, I embrace the suck, and if I can counter it with a sweep or a sneaky submission or whatever, I'm happy as I can be. And but I love when people have hard time catching me. I don't mind people catching me, but when they come like, oh, this was really hard catching you, yeah, that's just made my day. And now I know your best move. You can catch me in your best move. Well, like Professor said in those videos, like after a year of training, he knew everybody's favorite move. Couldn't counter him or couldn't do anything, but he knew they were coming because they did like went from A to B to C. And yeah, you will let people do their favorite moves on you a few times. Like, all right, I figured this one out. Now they have to go to plan B. And plan B might not be as good as plan A. But then you got people that fuck you up either way. I got this buddy of mine. He's working on the Keenan Cornelius, the worm guard. And I have no clue what's happening there, man. Shit. No clue. And all of a sudden, he has my back. Shit. I don't know how that happened. I just fell on my ass and he has my back.
Do you so you were saying about like you let other people kind of get to the dominant positions, you try and sharpen your defense, and you let them practice their best moves and see if you can counter it.
Yeah.
Do you? But I guess this is like what we've been talking about recently. Like, there's a point where you switch and you don't think in moves anymore. I don't know whether this is right or wrong or normal. But even when we were watching like the Alan Manganello roll, I couldn't believe that he was thinking about moves. I think he's thinking about directions and where body weight is. So when somebody's on mount on you, and if they, all weight forward, trying to Americana you, are you thinking, are you trying to access Americana escape, or are you thinking all of their weight's on their elbows, their arms, let's mess around with their legs and see where it goes?
It's not that much of thinking. It's, I think Hickson said it probably the best, feel more than do. Mm-hmm. Was it? I think that was a quote. So you need to feel how your opponent moves. So when he switches his hips, you're ready to put your palm on his hip bone or his thigh and control the femur. Somebody wants to go for the cross choke from the mount. If you can keep his hips from coming higher, you can do a little bridge and a shrimp and keep him off. Even if it's a really good, like a cross choke, as long as you can keep his hips away, you're kind of in a safe position, I think. I might be wrong. I've been wrong before, but and probably will be again. But I find it hard for people to choke me if I can keep their hips away, even if it's from the mount. So if somebody goes for the choke from the mount, we've got a really good choke, and it can do a little bump. They fall on the side and I keep the hips away. And now they don't have their hips engaged into the choke. Now it's all muscle, and they will burn out really quick, those grips.
When do you think you switched from thinking, escape moves to thinking, I've just got to keep his hips away?
I don't know. Probably when you always hear the professor talk about controlling the femur and hips and stuff like that. And somehow along the way, they just kind of sank in. Like all my defenses, I try to keep their hips from coming close to mine. Yeah. So if I can do that, I am kind of tend to be kind of okay. And that's when you make a little bit of an opening, I think, because if you can press people's hips away and from them getting close to you, they will change their position trying to get something better. And that's your moment to escape.
Yeah.
It's a lovely little concept to play with, Halldor. Thank you very much.
If you think about it, if you think about basically the over the arms bear hug, if you go like stop the hips and just keep them away.
Yep.
Yeah.
So when you do that, do you focus on, because I always worry when I'm kind of controlling the hips or blocking the hips, that I mean, you kind of answered it, but I'm kind of leaving myself open for them to just cross choke because I'm not defending here. But you don't worry about that too much because of the hips?
Yeah, I don't. If they got the both hands in for the choke and they go all in, and usually when people go for the cross choke, they go all in. Boom. If you can get those hips away, I would say that like the first grip when they go 100% in, it burns out in like 3 or 4 or 5 seconds, and then you go. And with the hips away, arms stretched and everything, it is really hard to get. Then you get people start to try to do this, elbows apart, and then like, yeah, there's no choke there. Just basically annoying.
A little shrug of the shoulders, kind of.
When people go, I try to like open up a little bit and push the hips away so I can open up my, so I can breathe and everything.
I like it.
I'll be letting you cross choke me next, Pete.
Yeah, well.
Next what, Bill?
Hey?
Next what?
Next time. The next time.
Like basically, if you like Rob, because Claire is basically training with you. Like next time from the mount, have her choke you. If you can do a little bump of the hips and you fall to the side, just keep the hips away. And really doesn't matter how hard she pulls, the choke is never going to be the same. It was kind of a neat little trick that I've picked up and I've done. I think it's one of those, I think it's from the blue to purple escapes when somebody's in the mount, basically catch them in a leg lock.
Yeah.
But if somebody has a cross choke and you just get the hips away, it's really hard to get that.
You need the kind of the hips in, the chest through to, fill the space. Yeah.
Are you cross framing when you do that, or are you going both?
No, on the hips, boom.
Both on the hips, so you're not doing a cross frame or anything like that.
And just don't let him come. He might be able to have his heels on your buttocks, whatever, but he doesn't cross his legs, so he's not coming. So just make the frames. Don't let him come in, and the grips are gonna.
I'm having like flashbacks of memories of rolls with you where I must have gone for a cross choke and I've ended up on the side. It feels all too real.
Well, like in Jiu Jitsu, there's always a counter to the counter. So like, but this, because people get greedy. You can give them the cross choke and they get greedy, and then just do a little bump, put them to the side, and block their hips from coming in. And that's usually where they fail. They get greedy.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm here for you guys. So
just checking to see if there's any more questions from the guys. No.
Oh yeah, Bill, can you train with Caroline?
No.
Could. Why not? Family.
Doesn't live with me.
Household.
Ah, shit.
So we probably said it last time. The closest I get to train is with Aaron.
No, what?
He's not worked it out yet. He still just tries to punch me. It's great. It's great self-defense training. So I'm pretty sharp at dealing with the attacker. But
Here's the thought: adopt a bum. Get a homeless person and you.
are you up for adoption, Pete?
Are you calling him a bum?
No, I'm not calling him a bum. No, he's not homeless. But
I
I'll adopt
remember that. Meant to be logged.
Fair.
Can't find anybody. It really doesn't matter.
I mean, I pretty much live in a van, so doesn't mean I'm homeless.
Just prefers his van.
There you go, and there goes our first YouTube community guideline strike.
And Pete, how's the? You're gonna row across Scotland, aren't you?
No, I've done that. No, I was gonna paddle around all of the lakes in the Lake District, one day after the next, but I don't think that's looking very hopeful right now. I don't reckon I'll be able. Oh well, who knows? I might be wrong, but I was planning to do that in May. I just don't think that we're going to be allowed to travel by then, even within the UK. So I'm still training for it. I'm still training like a behind closed doors. I'm still training like a not quite like a crazy person, but I'm still training. I'm still doing my strength conditioning. I'm still lifting so I can bench press Bill when he comes back to the gym.
I'm meeting you in the middle, Pete.
It's rowing.
Yeah, so I'm still doing that. Yeah, I figure that my escapes won't be any good, so I have to be strong enough to just throw him away.
Oh, you got a transformer to fight with, don't you?
Exactly. Yeah, we've got all the new toys in the gym, so I've got a transformer to fight with. So, yeah, I don't know if it will happen or not. Like I say, I'm still training for it. I've still got an ultra that might happen in June, May. Can't remember what that date is.
Further it goes out, the more likely it is, right? But you can't give any percentage to any of it.
No, so I'm just training and then hope that something happens. Problem is, a bit like if you're training for a jiu-jitsu tournament, right? And you start working and you start building up to it and getting ready for it and working on your fitness, and you want to peak for that event. So you want to be able to be at your fittest for that event. And then if you'd trained any longer, you'd probably fall off the peak. If you hadn't trained enough, you're not going to be at your peak. So you want to hit that peak when you get to your event. And that's really hard if you don't know your event's
That requires a fixed date, right?
Yeah, it's really hard if you don't know that date's going to happen. So I'm just doing generalized training still, so that whatever happens, at least I've got something. But I can't even go out and paddleboard right now.
What? You can't even go on open waters?
Halldor is crazy at the moment. We're not allowed to.
Halldor, I don't think you've had it quite as deep and dark as it's got here.
So
basically, shadow rowing, like shadow boxing.
Yeah.
Shadow rowing.
So the rivers that are closest to us that I could probably just about justify getting to, because it's probably only 15 minutes away. Like I could probably just about justify going
closest bit of water.
Closest bit of water, because we're not really supposed to travel too far for exercise, especially in the car. They're all flooded because we've had so much rain and snow. And then anything that isn't affected by rain and snow is too far away for me to be allowed to drive to, because it's like half an hour away.
And who's gonna stop you on the way?
Well,
probably no one. But anecdotally, people are getting picked up for it and then getting fined for it. A lot of the fines get turned over because they're a bit silly, and there's no fixed distance or fixed time, but it's just headaches.
No. Yeah, and justifiably, I could be going over to check on my parents and paddle near them on the way back, kind of thing. So I wouldn't be going out of my way, but
again, you've got to kind of have that conversation, haven't you?
Yeah, and it's like you've got to. It's not just the like, are you breaking the lockdown rules or whatever? Because plenty of the politicians are doing that. So hey, it's like the general public almost. It's like, you know, dealing with the oh, you're not from round here, you know, you shouldn't be here conversations all the time. Even though, you know, I probably wouldn't see another person.
It's not being policed by police, it's being policed by the public, which is
I think that goes back to what Halldor said to start off with. Like, it seems like a different mentality to it from what Halldor's saying. In Iceland, people are a bit more kind of, by the sound of things, obviously we're not there, but a bit more like, well, I'll try my hardest, but if I catch something, then I've caught it. But here, that's just not it at all at the moment.
yeah.
Just by Pete going out and going out on the paddleboard by himself, he's indirectly killing people. That's the kind of mentality that we're dealing with.
I was just thinking about, we're like trying to figure out how to bend the rules for Pete on live TV.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, if you broadcast it, that might be okay.
There is no way to bend the rules. I'm being very good and sticking to the rules.
But if we broadcast it, it's a service.
I was thinking, like, yeah, if you go to your parents, stay there for 2 weeks, and you go back. Like, no, we can't do that. Like, we're on live TV.
No, can't do that. And they're too scared to let me stay there anyway.
Yeah.
So there you go. And
if I employed Pete as my cleaner, he'd probably be allowed to come around and come in my house and carry on his job. So that's fine.
You'd probably sack me on the first day, to be fair.
And Rob, family life, good. Everything's
Yeah. Can't mind about that. I'm at home a bit more often because obviously I don't have to travel to the day job either at the moment. So my commute is from my bed, slowly down the stairs, half asleep, and I turn my computer on at the desk at my dining table. You know, so that's a win. I'm getting about an hour and a half back a day.
Yeah, oatmeal and blueberries in the morning and coffee.
Just the coffee for me, but they have the oatmeal and blueberries.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, we definitely better not reveal any secrets that we don't have anyway.
No, it'd be nice if there wasn't something like salacious for us to admit to.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like I said, I had a few buddies over here that had a few secret meetings. And one of them ended up beating the shit out of me on the first day.
It's worth it for him.
I'm sure there are plenty of clubs out there that are stretching the rules. Let's just say.
At the moment, it wouldn't even be stretching, would it, Pete?
Well, no, it'd be straight breaking. But
we know a lot of places were when things were a little bit more lax and back end of last summer.
Yeah. But that's up to them.
Yeah, let's not point fingers.
No, let's not point fingers. Anyway.
We're embracing the suck.
Now, I'm not sure how much more suck I can embrace. I'm down to the hilt. The back wheels might be making an appearance soon.
Well, it's gonna be like bad when the day hits, when like you got the news. I just want to feel. I remember how it feels just being choked. Somebody in the cupboard.
Yeah. Robin starts getting into autoerotic asphyxiation just to simulate jiu-jitsu.
I was going to say, where's the In Excess music?
Yeah.
This is going very fast.
This is off the rails already.
Yeah. I'm the one that's not drinking the whiskey, right?
Well, yeah.
See, it's when you started talking, it all went off the rails as well.
Now you might as well enjoy the whiskey or your green tea, Rob. So
I finished it at about 8:05.
Yeah, green tea.
I can't drink too much more, otherwise I'll keep disappearing to the little boys' room.
Well,
I didn't feel like I could have a podcast. It was a choice, Halldor, between I did either break out the whiskey or I've got a can of Guinness in the fridge and I didn't know which one to go for.
No, since we had whiskey,
yeah,
the Icelandic single malt whiskey sheep dung smoked, same as the coffee.
There you go, same as the coffee, which I still haven't been able to drop round to Bill because I'm not allowed to go round there.
They'll still have shit.
I've got it in the cupboard right here, ready to drop round to him.
Oh,
We're not. They're not our sponsor, by the way.
No.
micro roast or micro adjustment was that? Sorry.
Hang on, has Pete got both packets there? Is it? Oh no, you've opened yours, haven't you? There you
Yeah,
go.
both of mine. I've been drinking mine.
Nice.
Hey, why not? We could be sponsored by this for our podcast. We kind of are.
Yeah. Well.
Lockdown Chronicles coming for you from Cup of Crade, whiskey coffee, sheep dung infused, and the best coffee you'll ever taste in your life. Get on it, guys.
Go. It's a micro roast, so it's got the micro adjustments in there.
Made by an Englishman in Iceland.
Oh, even better. I didn't realise that.
To be fair, I'd quite like to be one of those at the moment.
He works at the distillery that makes the whiskey, and he figured out why not make the coffee as well, and it turned out pretty good, I think.
Yeah, I made a mistake. I didn't say this on the other podcast with Dave or whatever, but I made a mistake and I had it for breakfast.
What's the mistake? What happens if you have it with breakfast?
I mean, I don't very often drink whiskey for breakfast, so
Maybe a bit more in the last year.
Now, the thing about the coffee, if you like,
it's got to.
you make a cup and you let it chill a little bit, you can feel all the tastes. But if you drink it like boiling hot, you can't really feel it.
No.
You just need to just to chill down a little bit.
Yeah. So at 7 a.m, I was drinking this coffee, and it was like, oh, that's the whiskey one.
Did you bleat your way through your first PT session of the day?
Yeah. No, I then had to make another coffee so I could get over the whiskey coffee.
He had to sober up before his client.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's good, but it's a good after dinner coffee.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I'm looking forward to it, Halldor. I'm gonna savor that one when it arrives.
I'll bring you a bottle when I get over.
There you go. So yeah, no, I'll drop it as soon as I'm allowed to. I'll drop it round, Bill.
Can you mail it?
No, that's how I caught COVID, Halldor.
True story.
True story. I went to the post office and I caught COVID.
Oh, shit. You already got the COVID, so like now you can go to the post office.
He's got his armor on now.
That is true. Unless I go to the post office and catch the South African variant this time.
Yeah, or the isn't there a Brazilian version of it as well?
Probably.
Yeah, it's got implants.
Yeah.
That one's going to catch you in an armbar. Shit.
Yeah, that one's going to turn up a little bit late.
UK's going to be like the creator of COVID soon, because we've got the Bristol variant, we've got the COVID, the Kent variant. We're not creators, but we're COVID creators.
I mean, I'm quite proud. They're saying that the Kent version is going to become the dominant strain in the world. So, who knew that Medway was going to have such an effect on the world?
Coming straight out of Medway.
Straight out of Medway. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think sooner or later we're going to be fine from this COVID shit. I'm always trying to be a little bit optimistic about this, but I would say, yeah, July, August.
It depends what you mean by July, August.
July, August this year.
No, I don't mean what. I don't mean which month. I mean what do you expect to happen by then?
A lot of the English population is gonna be vaccinated. Oh, forget the Scottish and the.
They're doing their own thing.
They're doing more a day than us at the moment.
Sorry to all the Scottish listeners and all viewers.
Yeah, well,
please still subscribe and like.
Well, that was basically it's a shitty situation with the EU and shit. because of you can't even get your ham sandwich over to Holland.
Halldor, I can't get to Holland. I can probably send my fucking ham sandwich in the post if I wanted to.
Rob is a ham sandwich, and he can't get the proper documentation to allow him.
Holland, Raoul.
To be fair, we are like spaniels that are trying to follow their owners into the country. We haven't got the right injections and the right documentation.
I thought that was so funny when the news came here in Iceland. The Dutch custom stopped the UK truck drivers with a ham sandwich made at home. No, you can't bring it into the country. Like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. That is the stupidest thing.
They're going to do the same as when I don't know if it was the same for you guys in Iceland, but when we were young, if you went to a party or something and you had a beer with you or whatever, they wouldn't let you in with it. So the amount of people I know that used to get a bottle of whiskey or whatever and effectively down it before they walked into someone's 18th birthday party.
Yeah, that
was just standard operating procedure.
There was
the same thing with ham sandwiches. It's so foot long, just going into your mouth.
I'm younger than you, Rob, so I don't remember those traditions. But my sister's the
what, sorry?
I'm younger than you, so I don't remember those traditions. But my sister made me stick to those morals. I took a bottle of Pernod once to a New Year's Eve party, and I was about to take it to the next party that we were going to, and she said, "No, you can't take it out." And I was like, "But this is what's got to last me all night." So she's like, "No, you can't bring it out." So I drank it on the doorstep, put the empty bottle in the bin. Can't remember anything else for the rest of the night.
Yep.
But there were pictures and videos of me dancing on tables in a pub with drag acts.
Was it Can't Stop the Moonlight playing?
I broke my TV and my stereo that night when I fell over in my bedroom.
Where can we find those pictures and videos?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
No.
Where are these on the internet?
So Caroline, if you want to send those to me now, I'll screen share them.
Yes, please.
So I broke the TV, I broke the stereo, and then I thought, this is not going well tonight. I'm just going to sleep in the bath. So I slept in the bath that night as well.
It's always seems like a good idea in those situations, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's I don't know if it's the slightly cool, the cold feel of the ceramic or something. It just makes you feel like that's a comfy place to be.
It's just so I wouldn't have to clean up any mess.
I was going to say, yeah, it kind of covers you on all bases, doesn't it? Whatever happens, you've got it covered.
Yeah, you're in a concave shape.
That's what I'm going to feel like, Halldor, after my my COVID injection. Am I going to want to sleep in the bath?
No, it's not that bad. Well, it wasn't that bad for me, but some people just, I'm never going to drink again. But Caroline, if you're watching, there are going to be a lot of free private lessons for you if you post those videos online.
No, never.
I would just kill for one picture, though.
If we can just get the Dancing with Drag Acts one, that'd be great.
Oh.
That was only last week, though, that one, Pete.
Making me think about photos from my youth now. No, we're not going there.
Stop that. It's no good for the audio listeners anyway.
No.
I'll put it on the podcast page if it turns up. Don't worry.
It will go into the show notes.
Yeah, I can put it in there. Link in the show notes. That's fine. Not a problem.
So this is why I'm sensible now, Halldor, and I don't drink too much or do anything silly. Learned my lessons when I was younger.
Yeah, you leave that up to Joe now, drinking and doing silly stuff.
Yeah. Waiting for Aaron to take over, but
yeah, it's gonna be fun.
One day soon. I can eat my own body weight in Icelandic baked goods.
Oh, shit, man! All that skyr, heavy cream.
And the ice cream shop that we went to on the last seminar.
Right.
So Robin was there. So Johan suggested that we go to this ice cream. Did you go to the ice cream bar?
Yeah, no, was there. Oh, you talking about?
Okay, so we went to this ice cream bar, and Dave, one of our guys that trains with us, went to order his ice cream, and there was different sizes. So there was like the small, the medium, and the large, and then the like gigantic family sized. And he goes to order this. He goes to order this ice cream, and he orders the small. And the girl behind the bar goes, "No, you can't have that. That's for the kids. It's only for the kids. Like you want an adult's one, which is like the large." So he's like, "Okay." And so I order, and I order the same thing. And no word of a lie, it comes out in a cup the size of an American Big Gulp, with the ice cream sticking out the top by about another 4 or 5 inches. And Dave, bear in mind, Dave, well, I mean, you know, I'm probably tall enough and big enough to eat it all, but Dave's about half my size and still managed to polish this off and then passed out into some sort of diabetic coma.
I wasn't at that one, but I remember going to an ice cream place in the mountains where it's like licorice ice cream.
Oh yeah. So that was reserved. This was like,
oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that was nice. But this was like an all-you-can-eat ice cream bar essentially, and they just this girl conned both me and Dave into buying the large one, saying, "No, you don't want the small one." And the small one, no good for the audio listeners, was the small one was like this. It was about 8 inches of a cup. Unreal. There you go. So I can't wait to go there again.
Oh, any ice cream store in Iceland, you get a lot of ice cream.
Did you ever find the Chronicles again, Halldor?
Oh, Chronicles.
No, the fuck no, man. Henry hasn't made them in ages. Ah.
We need to try and work out a recipe or something. We need to get on that.
The Chronicles, man. Those are just freaking heart stoppers. You know, just half a krona that you drop down there. It's just
no one's managed to successfully eat a whole one.
Ah, shit, man.
More dangerous than COVID.
Almost. Well, same after effects.
You don't have a shower or anything.
After going, I feel so bad.
Oh, dear.
It's true. Right, I'm gonna cut off the live stream in a second. Halldor, any tips, anything you want to promote before you go? Where are you teaching people right now if they
can get there?
Yeah, because they're allowed.
If you find yourself to Iceland, look me up. You can probably somehow, look me up.
That pitch was so.
I'll do it for him. I'll do it for him.
I don't have anything basically. So if you're in Iceland, look me up and we'll train together.
If you ask in the street somewhere in Reykjavik to someone to show you where Halldor is, and 5 Aces Jiu Jisu at the judo training center, then you'll probably find him.
Yeah, probably.
But if you want to find out where he is before, just get in touch and we'll put you in touch.
There you go.
I will figure something out, nothing to worry about.
And I guarantee that if you go to Iceland and you spend some time with Halldor, there'll be excellent jiu-jitsu of the finest variety, and excellent hot tubs too.
If everything works out for the summer, I believe that with Dave, Bill Jones is coming, and Joe Rudd, and what's his name, Chris Schaffner, buddy of Dave's. He's bringing 3 black belts with him, so it's gonna be nice.
If I can't get there, I'm gonna be kicking myself.
Yeah.
I'm going to start rowing. Bill, that's what you're training for, buddy.
Yeah, keep on going.
You can stand at the front, Pete, and I'll row from the back.
So I'll sit there and be sarcastic the whole way through. That'll be my contribution.
Yeah, there you go. If we,
everything works out. So it was basically, if everything works out.
We should know a little bit more in 10 days' time.
Yeah.
That's when we're supposed to find out some more about what's going on.
But I'm wondering if we get in a boat
Now,
and start rowing, right? We'll have done our 2 weeks quarantine by the time we get there.
yeah, is it? No, that's a good question, right? Is it 10 days from when you land or 10 days from when you left?
Land.
Well, if you haven't seen anyone in the meanwhile,
Yeah. If we quarantine at sea,
in international waters,
take some tests with us so we can take them whilst we're on there. Do the rapid flow so you can get an instant result.
That's one.
the rectal ones are more
paddleboard. I've been rowing for like
accurate.
some weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Halldor,
If
are
you
there,
prove that you've been paddling for 4 weeks.
Look at the beard.
Halldor, are there dates for June? Is there dates? at all?
No,
Yeah, it starts after May 31st and it finishes before July the 1st.
we're just waiting.
There's that sarcasm coming through.
Yeah, exactly.
At this point, it's all I've got.
Waiting on seeing how they're lined up for, I believe, their vaccination and seeing how flights might turn out, because now they're only flying from Boston, and from the DC it's like 8-hour drive. I know Dave would like, hey, I'll do an 8-hour drive because he did like 6 hours for a sandwich. So that wouldn't be a problem for him, but with Bill Jones and other people coming along, tagging along, yeah, if you could get everybody to fly out from DC, that would be kind of a nice thing. But yeah, well, yeah.
Cool.
I rolled with Bill Jones in 2000, when I got my black belt, and he was actually very thankful that I didn't spaz out on him. I said, I like the way you roll, my friend. Like the way you just try to take it easy. It's like, I just didn't trust you. You'd probably fuck me up if I tried to do something I wasn't supposed to do. But he's a really cool guy. I really enjoyed spending time with Bill and Joe Rod. He's a fun guy to be with.
Yeah, we're looking forward to meeting all these people we took to on the podcast.
They are super cool.
Oh, well, fingers crossed for them. All of them. Keep everything crossed.
All right, hold on, guys.
Oh, hello.
That's the
Hey. And he's got his Gracie hoodie on.
yeah, but he fits in my hoodies now. I can't even wear my clothes anymore.
Love it.
That's a teenager.
Yeah, love seeing the photos of him on the mat.
He's been coming to classes as well, so
Yeah, we see the photos. We're seeing him on there.
So we are not more. Yeah, we're still on live on YouTube.
Still says live.
Yeah, so I'll kill it on the live. I'll kill it off on the live. Thank you guys for listening and tuning in. If you did it on YouTube, if you're on the audio version, guys, whatever you're on, can you hit the like button, hit subscribe? Can you also leave a comment if you enjoyed it? And you can hit that notification button on YouTube so you know whenever we go live and when the podcasts come up. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Halldor, for coming along and being on the show. And